What is happening, everybody? This guy is Mike at Filmboy24, and I have a ton of stuff to talk to you and show you today. Namely, this little toy, the Holga 120 camera. So that's how they do. Sorry? All right. Whoa, settle down. Anyway, we're here to discuss this little toy called the Holga GCFN 120 format camera. Now, before I get started, I want to mention a couple of things, a couple of updates really quick. Let's take a minute really quick to thank our sponsors for this video. All right, now that we've done that, let me give you a couple of very quick updates. First and foremost, the video tap update is, I'm still working on it. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, I am working on a very simple DIY video tap for my Super 8 and 16mm movie cameras. Check it out. I'll post a little link. If you're on a computer, it probably won't pop up, but you can find it in my videos. It's not that hard. I made a housing for it. I don't like the housing. Here, I'll show you a quick picture. Don't really like the housing, so I ordered new parts. And I'm going to work on a new housing and a mount system coming soon. So I will update you on that as it progresses. Secondly, I did a video shooting some Ektachrome 100D. If you haven't seen that, same applies. I'll put a link up there. I shot it at Sugar Mill Gardens. And I had some flashing issues, and I wasn't quite sure if it was the camera or if it was the film cartridge. I have since run a roll of Ektachrome G160, old G160, through that camera for testing purposes only, because I'm dying to know if it's the camera or the film. Well, it's the film. So I am going to end my conversation on that. It is not my camera. It is the film. It is the way it was crappily stored, or it's just film. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday, and I'm sure everybody's waiting for 2021 to roll in. I know I am. My girls got me, and when I say my girls, I mean my wife and my two daughters, got me a brand new mug for my show. It drinks good. Yeah, drinks good. They also got me something else. It is a camera called the Elmo Super 8 Sound 1012S XL. I've actually been wanting one of these cameras for a long time. I want to test it. I want to try it out. It's a little more simplified than the Canon 1014s, but it's a great camera nonetheless. I've heard a lot of good things about it. So keep an eye out. This will be in an upcoming video. It does run. We are going to test all of its functionality. So keep watching. Put that back. Now, on to the main event. What is this? Well, it's a Holga 120, I guess /135, because you can buy an adapter for this little toy that allows you to shoot 35mm film. Let's take it out, and I'm going to show you exactly what it does. Now, before I get the comments from all 6 of you, this is absolutely not a professional camera. It is a fun, experimental, light leak ready, vignette ready 120 camera. It's made entirely of plastic. It weighs less than 8 ounces, less than 9 ounces with a roll of film loaded into it. So it is not to be taken seriously. Kind of like me. All plastic lens. It is an optical lens. It's a 60mm f8/f11. It will only stop down to f8. So it's primarily a camera that is best suited for outdoors, although it does have a flash. And the flash has a series of colors that will be thrown in front of the bulb. they go from, seriously, dude? From white or clear to red to yellow to blue and then back to white. There's really only one function of this camera. No, take that back. There's really only two functions, user functions for this camera outside of the filter in front of the flash. That is a extremely simple focus. And they just put little pictures here. There's a mountain, there's a bunch of people, there's a couple people, and then there's a person or a human figure, so to speak. And then there is a switch right here on the top of the lens, and that switches between f8 and f11. This goes to 11. It does have a bulb feature, has normal and bulb on the bottom, so you can leave the aperture open for as long as you hold it in. I haven't used the bulb feature. I did take this camera, I loaded it up with some T-Max 100 black and white film, and I loaded it up. Here's a video, very quick video of me struggling to load it up. Once it was loaded, I took it out and about. Now, I took it to our city park, but before that, I had to run to the store, and there were some woods and whatnot behind the store, so I just ran out there, and I took a couple of pictures back there. But I primarily shot at the park. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but when I was loading the film, I didn't stop it at 1. I missed the 2 1s. I mistaked them for just some creepy marks in the foil or in the paper backing. So I missed it. So I skipped the very first photo. So I only got 11 photos. I like to shoot it in square format, or is that 6x6? So I left it in the 12. You can switch here between, all it does is change the window so you can see when to stop it when you roll the paper. Come on, work with me. And you just switch it up to 12, and it shows you the bottom, which corresponds with the bottom of the paper backing. At any rate, I took this camera with me and had some fun with it. It is not a reflex viewing system, and in fact, you can't really even focus it properly outside of just looking at the goofy pictures on the lens. But once again, it's just a fun camera for experimenting. And it actually didn't do all that bad. I was expecting more light leaks. I wasn't really expecting more vignetting, because as you're going to see here in just a second, it vignettes pretty well. With that, one more thing I want to explain very quickly. The cut on my forehead. I got in an awesome, wicked fight with about a 350-pound alligator on the banks of the Everglades. And okay, that would have been a cool story, but that's not even close to the truth. We were having dinner last night, and I thought I'd be cute and funny and toy around with my kids, because they like when I'm goofy and funny, like I am 968% of the time. So we're all sitting at the dinner table, and I usually have a large mug full of water, because I drink water all day long. My girls got it for me a few years back. It says, "Daddy, you rock." But anyway, this sits in front of me when I eat, and I thought it'd be kind of cute and funny and dad-like to do the old classic hand under the table and pretend like you're banging your head on the I thought they'd get a kick out of it. Well, it turns out they did. I didn't stop laughing for about 10 solid minutes. And it was at my expense. Lesson learned, no more head smacking against hard aluminum 32-ounce mugs. Let's go and shoot this film right now. Well, there you have it. I really like the way they came out. They're goofy, they're quirky, they're fun. I'm going to try it with some color film next. I have a whole bunch of expired. This was expired film. I think it expired in, 2002. But black and white film seems to hold its flavor well. So I'm going to try it with some color film next. Well, a couple things I want to tell you about this camera. It does come with an additional film back. Basically just snaps into place in the back and gives you the portrait style as opposed to the square. And you get 16 photos at the 4.5 by 6, I believe, format. Comes with a nice handy dandy little book with very minimal instruction, but you don't need much instruction with this little guy. And it comes with a shoulder or neck strap or shoulder strap or something. I didn't use that. Comes with a lens cap as well. Some people have complained about the sides unsnapping too easily and the back falling off. I haven't noticed any issue with that in the one time that I've used it. Seems pretty tight to me on there, so I'm happy with it. I'm going to pick up that adapter for 35mm film, like I said earlier, and I'm going to shoot some 35 in it and see just how bad that vignettes. These are very inexpensive. You can buy them different places online for anywhere from 40 to 60 bucks. And the adapters and all the fun things that go with them is pretty inexpensive too. And you can pick up some used, or don't get used film. You can pick up some expired film fairly relatively cheap. With that, I hope everyone had a great, or is having a great holiday, Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever it is you celebrate. I hope you had a fantastical one. I hope everybody has a super safe New Year. And I hope for the New Year, everybody makes a little bit of a resolution to do what it was my ex-neighbor on a different street. Her cousin's uncle had a twin sister. She used to always tell me, shoot more film. Shoot more film or you're not really living. So why don't you follow her guidelines, shoot more film. 2021, it's all Filmboy 24 and it's all film. Hopefully it is for you too. If you like this video, please do me a favor and punch that like button, subscribe, leave me a comment, tell me what you think about the Holga, and until the very next video, I will see all of you, yep, even you, on the next go-around.